Okay, I don't know how loud this is gonna be because I'm not wearing my headphones. I might put them on later on because okay, these are hurting behind my ears, but I like them so. But yeah, so I'm gonna tell stories of like supernatural things I've seen and other people have seen. But I think I might leave out the ghost stories. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because if I add in the ghost stories, and there's a lot of stories, and I don't want this to be that long of a video. The longest I can make a video is 15 minutes. And, oh right, I can't drink that. Just, okay. Yeah, so, I don't even know where to start. Should we start with aliens? So, I'm just gonna put these on. My hair's messy anyway. Um, well, the people closest to me who saw an alien are, well, my stepmom and my stepbrother. So I was at my mom's when this happened, and they're at my dad's obviously, but they the next day, the day after they saw it, I went there, and then they're all like they have all these papers over the table trying to draw with what they saw. Well, this this is more UFOs than aliens, but they saw like I don't know. They were trying to draw it, and I was like, "What's going on?" And they were like, I don't know, talking about it, just like walking, pacing around the house, like. And I was so confused, like, what's going on? So then they told the story from last night. They were sitting in the hot tub, and then I don't know how it happened. They sort of just um looked up, and they saw this. I can't remember what shape they said it was in. It was like my stepbrother said it sort of like transformed and shifted and did weird things, and he couldn't even describe it, but they were just staring at it. They weren't saying anything. Like, they're just like, what is happening? They both think it's aliens, obviously, because they're those kind of people. I think it's aliens too, because I'm also that kind of people, but that kind of that kind of person. But they I don't know. They sort of don't really talk about it much anymore, which is crazy because that if I saw that, I'd be talking about it every single day of my life. But I do think it was real that they saw that. And yeah, it just sort of like left. I don't know where it came from or where it went, and they I don't know, but it's pretty crazy. I think aliens are definitely real cuz like you think this is the only planet in that entire multiverse that has living things like that. Yeah, right. There's definitely something out there. And the next UFO story, these aren't really stories. I think my mom saw a UFO. I don't really know that story. But my grandpa also saw one, or I think it was him, someone did, in our backyard. Well, maybe not our backyard, but like in this area. It's sort of a highway that we live on, and well, I don't know if it's really a highway. Not no, but like it's just it's called the North Road, but because it's on the north of where I live. But yeah, so like I don't really know where he saw it, but one of my friend's mums also saw one around here. I've never seen one, and I've lived in this house for a few years, but yeah, I hope I see a UFO someday because that would be really cool, and it would make my life worth living. So the next thing we're gonna talk about are Sasquatches. So like when you search up Sasquatches and Sasquatch sightings, you just see people dressed in costumes, like and it's definitely not real. Um, but and like I never like I don't know. I don't know how many people have actually seen Sasquatches because like they're not they're not in Saskatchewan apparently, and I've never seen one in Saskatchewan. But one day I was really little. We went to BC, and I'm pretty sure we were in Cochrane at this time when I saw it. But like we were just driving, and then I saw this big black thing. It was standing by some trees, and I I was like, we were we kept like we drove past it, and then I was like, I just saw a monkey, and like I was just this little tiny kid, and then my parents are like, what? There's no monkeys here, and then I was like, well, I saw one, and then they're like, well, maybe it's a Sasquatch. There's Sasquatches in Alberta, so like I had never heard of a Sasquatch, so then I got really into that kind of stuff because it's I think they're real. Like they definitely were real. I don't know if they still are, but I don't know. It's I like having mysteries. I like not knowing cuz like I don't know what else that could have been. Maybe that person living there had a pet orangutan. Who knows? I don't think that's legal in Cochrane, but I don't know. Um and I don't think they just let it loose unless it's like really trained just to go back to the house. But or maybe it's a wild orangutan. I don't think there's wild orangutans in Alberta, but I don't know. I don't know what else it could have been. Um, and then my mom said that she saw it too. Like later on, she didn't know what it was, and she thought she was just going crazy. And then I said, I saw a monkey." So I think she thinks that that was something too. I don't. She's a little bit of an atheist. I don't know if she even believes in ghosts. I know for a fact that ghosts are real. I know. I have seen like I've had lots of experiences, but I'll talk about those in another video. So if you subscribe, you'll get to hear about those because those stories are really cool. And I've heard lots of really cool stories too. I should put them in a book. I should make my own book. I do write. I am a poet. But yeah. Thanks. So and like no one else I know has seen a Sasquatch. So I'm just special. And then there's lake monsters. I I've always wanted to visit the Loch Ness. And I've always been obsessed with the Loch Ness monster. And then I found out about the Ogopogo and the Okanagan Lake. Um, and I remember the first time I ever heard of lake monsters. Actually, I don't know if it was the first time. I might have heard about the Loch Ness monster before, but I was on a family reunion. We were on a houseboat. Actually, this was where we were in BC. I think we were in BC. I think this was in BC. Yeah. Um I that was like the same time when I saw the Sasquatch. So, geez, Alberta and BC are cool places, I guess. Saskatchewan sucks. It doesn't even have Chick-fil-A. Like if I don't know, Chick-fil-A is awesome. I love going to Alberta. Every time I go, I beg people to take me to Chick-fil-A. But so we were on the houseboat, and then they were like, we were on the shoe swap. I think it's called the shoe swap, but everyone says shoe swap. So I'll just say the shoe swap lake. And we had like these papers there, and like we could, I don't know, I don't really know what they were. I was young at this time. Um, but yeah, so like one was talking about there was like this lake monster in the lake, and a mom and her kid saw it, and it was telling the whole story. But I don't know. I was just like, oh, that's cool. Maybe I'll see it. I wasn't really like looking at it like using binoculars and stuff. I wasn't that obsessed with it. But I thought it was kind of cool. And then later now, I think back to the time I was on that lake. I was like, geez, there was a lake monster in that lake. I can't. I think it's called Shishwaggy or something. It looks kind of weird looking, but and also the shoe swap is really close to the Okanagan Lake. If we went now, I would have begged my parents to take me to the Okanagan because I'm dying to go there. I think the Loch Ness monster is a dinosaur that didn't go extinct yet, and I think the Ogopogo is just a giant eel, and like all these other lake monsters could just be big sturgeon. But yeah, I live really close to Turtle Lake, which is another lake that has a lake monster, and I'll be going there this summer, so if I see anything, I'll let you know in another video. But yeah, so then there was Candle Lake. I also live really close to Candle Lake. No one tells stories of lake monsters there, but I was fishing there with my family, and I was just minding my own business fishing over there. And then I think I don't know. I don't know what was happening. Maybe someone caught a fish or got stuck on weeds or something. Something was going on over there. I was with my cousin and my dad. Oh, I keep every time I drink pop, like I get like air bubbles here. But anyway, so yeah, they were like fishing over there, and like my cousin's like in her 20s, and then like I sort of saw like something splash from the corner of my eye, and they were just all like, "Whoa, what the heck was that?" And I was like, What was it?" And they're like, "I don't know, it looked kind of like the Loch Ness monster or something." And they were sort of like, "Whoa, that was weird," but they weren't making a big deal out of it. If I saw that, I would have been like, "Oh my God, that's crazy! Like, what is that thing?" Because the like Candle Lake doesn't have many different kinds of fish. There's it's a boring lake, and you rarely catch things there. But I don't. So I don't know what that was, but they barely talked to me about it. Like I'm like, well, tell me more about it. What did it look like? They're just like, I don't know. It's frustrating because I think that stuff's cool. They just are real chill about it. But okay, now I'm gonna take these off. Yeah. Oh, now my eyes hurt. I think, but yeah, I think I should end this video now because I have 2 minutes left and I don't know what I'm gonna tell in 2 minutes. And also I think that's all the stories I got. But I have a lot more ghost stories and those stories are actually really crazy and awesome. So I recommend watching that video when I post it. So yeah, you should probably subscribe to me, and if you're new to my channel, I make a lot of ASMR, but I also make videos like this. So um yeah, I'll give you anything you want. Even if you put in the comments some random kind of video you want me to make, I'll probably make it. Unless it's like, I don't know. I'd probably do it because I need ideas. And I'll do anything. But, yeah. Goodbye.